Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Calm with Carlin, yoga and meditation for your everyday life. Today we have a yoga and Pilates fusion class. So this is going to take some traditional vinyasa yoga elements, combine it with some classical Pilates movements to make for a really good stretch, but also a really good workout, specifically in the core. You don't need any props for class, so lay your mat out, get comfy. We're going to get started by stretching it out on our backs. I'll see you there when you're ready. All right, starting off on the back, soles of the feet will come down to the ground. Bring the feet out wide on the mat and then let the knees fall in towards one another. Fallen bridge pose, collapsed bridge pose. This is going to allow your low back to settle. And just come into your breath. And as you come into your breath, I invite you to find your core by finding a couple little pelvic tilts. So really tucking your tailbone, pressing the small of the back into the mat. The hips will lift just ever so slightly, and then arching through the back, tilting the pelvis upwards. Do that a couple times. Activating the pelvic floor, saying hello to the core. And then when you're ready, just gently let go of that pelvic tilt. Bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Can be opposite. It doesn't matter. We'll take a couple deep breaths to start. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Again, breathe in. Let go. Final time, breath in. Exhale, let go. Beautiful. And I'll bring the feet underneath the knees. Find your regular supine position on your back here. And we'll stretch out the hips. Cross your left foot on top of your right knee. You can stay here. Option to gently press that left knee away from the center of the body. Option to take the hands behind that right leg and hug the knee in towards the chest. It's going to intensify the stretch. The left foot is flexed to protect the knee joint, and the left knee is actively pressing away from the body. That's going to really help you to feel this stretch in your outer glute. We'll hold here for a couple breaths. And then in between sides, just bring both of the knees to a tabletop position. Bring your arms long at your sides. If you want a little bit more core, option to bring your hands behind your back and lift your head, neck, and shoulders. We're just going to start by taking some toe taps, dropping your right toes down to the ground, lifting up, and then the left toes tap. Make sure your knees stay just a centimeter in front, of your hips the entire time. And feel your core really starting to wake up now as it supports you. If this becomes too much in the neck, you can always lay your head, neck, and shoulders down on the ground. You'll still get that nice, juicy core activation. We'll just be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let both of the feet go down to the ground. And we'll take that figure 4 on the other side. Cross your right foot on top of your left knee. Option to stay here. You can really use your hand to gently press the knee away from you, flexing through the right foot. Option to grab behind that left thigh and hug the left knee into the chest as you continue to actively press that right knee away from you. Holding here for a couple breaths. Focus on the stretch in the hip. Heart rate might be going a little bit more than it was on the other side with that little core activation. Just tune into that feeling and return to your breath whenever that feeling arises throughout class. not just in yoga, but also in Pilates, connection to the breath is such an important part of these style classes. It's going to really help you not just be here mentally, but also to connect physically with the core. And slowly bring your legs back to a tabletop position, starting with your head, neck, and shoulders on the ground. Bring your knees just a centimeter in front of your hips. Make sure that low back is pressing into the ground, just a tiny little space between your low back and the mat. Now from here, we'll do a double leg tap. So both toes go down, bring them back up slow. We go for 10, 9, pull the belly button in, feel the core work, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, toes tap down, bring the knees to tabletop, and then hug the knees into the chest, grab behind the thighs, and slowly start to rock and roll up and down the length of the mat. Do this a couple times to kind of find that little massage in the spine. And then after 3 to 5 rocks, come into a tabletop position. We'll find a puppy pose here. Keep your knees underneath your hips, and then walk your hands out. And what you're doing here is you bring your chest, your chin, your belly down to the ground. You're not just stretching out the shoulders, creating some space, but also stretching out the front of the abs that you just activated. So this class will be a nice mix of stretching and strengthening. When we talk about strengthening, we're specifically targeting the core and obliques today. Take one more breath here. And then slowly come back to your tabletop position. You can stay where you are in a tabletop position. I'm actually going to turn to face you just for a little bit more space. So I'm facing the long edge of my mat. If you're also working in a smaller space, it might be helpful to face the long edge of your mat as well. So you have room for a leg to go out on both sides. I digress. Let's come into a cat-cow position from here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine. Warming up through the spine here with these slow and controlled movements, and also using this as an opportunity to connect each movement with a breath. Every inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts, you're arching through the lumbar spine. And then every exhale, the tailbone tucks, you press the ground away from you, looking towards your belly button. Just one more slow round here before we switch it up. And slowly make your way back to that tabletop position. From here, take your right leg out long to the side, and we'll find those same cat-cows, except this time, as you find this cat-cow stretch, especially in that cow pose, you're going to feel those inner thighs start to really open up here. So it might feel a little bit funky, but just take your time, focusing on that flexion and extension of the spine. Ooh, and then slowly come back through center. Pause here. Maybe take the hands out long as you send the seat back towards the heel, intensifying that stretch in the inner thigh. And then slowly coming back up to the tabletop position. Bring your left hand right underneath the left shoulder. Reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Beautiful. Now from here, bring your right hand to your hip and lift that right leg up to hip height. Now from here, we'll start pulsing the heel back an inch and forward an inch. Back an inch and forward an inch. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, core is engaged, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. You can bring that right foot back down, lift the left fingertips back up to the sky. Deep breath in, long breath out. And then the hand comes back to the hip. You lift up one more time with that right leg, and you're pulsing back an inch and in an inch. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back to center. Slowly come back down, stand up, take a side body stretch. Right hand goes down the right leg. Left arm comes up and over the left leg. Whoa, baby. Left arm comes up and over the head, and feel the lengthening in the left side body that just supported you in those little pulses. Now come back to a tabletop position, and we'll take it on the other side. Again, starting with those cat-cows, bringing the left leg out long. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine. You know what's coming on this side. Well, it's good to know what's coming. Mentally prepare for it. Also stay in the present moment. Remember to come back to your breath. And maybe you find stillness after a couple rounds. Take the seat back towards the right heel as you walk the hands out long in front of you, stretching out that left inner thigh even more. Beautiful. And then slowly come back up to that tabletop position. Your right hand now transfers right under the right shoulder on the mat. Left fingertips can reach up to the sky. Find this modified side plank position. Then from here, take your left hand to your left hip. Lift the left leg up to a hip height, and then from here you're pulsing back an inch and in an inch. Say hello to the seat. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Stay here or bring the left foot down. Stretch it out one more time. You got that second round on deck. When you're ready, bring the left hand back down to the hip, lift the left leg up, and you're pulsing back and forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly let it go. And this time we'll come up standing towards the left side. Left hand goes down the back leg. Right hand comes up and over the head, stretching out that right side body. Beautiful. And then cartwheel the hands to find that tabletop position. And from there, we'll lift up to find our first downward facing dog of class. So the core is pretty activated. The legs are probably on fire a little bit after that little sequence. Take a moment to settle into your downward facing dog. And then from this downward facing dog, we'll find a twist. So bring your legs in a little bit closer together and take them wide on the mat. From there, bring your left hand underneath your right. Grab onto your right ankle and continue to pull your right hip back and your left hip forward as you look underneath that right armpit. And then come back to center and switch out the hands. Your left hand comes underneath you, grabbing for that left shin or ankle. You're pulling the left hip back and the right hip forward as you gaze underneath you, underneath the left armpit. Hold here, breathe. And then slowly come back to center. Beautiful. Now from this position, slowly roll forward into a high plank. Hold here in your plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this next exercise is going to be slower than you want it to be. We're going to lower down to our bellies, but it's going to be slow. It's for 8, 7, 6, 5, halfway there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and belly flop. Take the legs out long in front of you. Rest a cheek on the mat. Beautiful. Okay. Now from here we'll find a cobra. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring the chin back to the mat in front of you. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up just a bit higher. Elbows hug in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up to your highest cobra. Doesn't have to look like mine. Maybe the arms are straight, maybe they're not. Protect the low back. Stay here for 3. For 2. On 1, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. One more time, we'll roll forward into a high plank. This time from our high plank, we'll come down to our forearms for a low plank. And then you'll hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the belly, untuck the toes. Find a Sphinx pose. Now lower all the way down to the belly. Take the hands out long in front of you. And as you lift the right leg, lift the left arm. And then lower down. Left leg lifts, right arm lifts. Keep alternating just like that. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, take an inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, stretch it out long. And then exhale, bring the right foot in between the hands. Find your warrior 2. Your arms come to a T. Nice wide stance on the mat. Hold it here. Take an inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep bending into that front knee. And then from here, just straighten out that front leg, find a reverse triangle pose. And we'll find a triangle pose, bring the arms to a T, shift forward, and then tick-tock your arms, right fingertips down, left fingertips up. We'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, slowly bring your left hand to the inside of the right leg, pivot on the left tippy toes, you're in a lunge, and reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Find this nice twist here. Beautiful. Now plant the hands to frame the front foot, step back to your high plank, and then lift up. Find your downward facing dog. Of course, if you want a little bit more spice, and you're familiar with your yoga practice, you can find a little vinyasa there. But we're going to take it right to the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts up to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps in between the hands. Open up, find your warrior 2. Settle in. Front knee is bent to 90. Shoulders are relaxed. And from here, reverse your warrior. Flip the front palm, back hand down the back leg. Keep the knee bent to start. And then when you're ready, start to straighten through that front knee for your reverse triangle. Bring the arms to a T, shift forward, and find your triangle pose. Left fingertips go down, right fingertips go up. Find all of that length in the body. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, you know where we're headed. Bend the front knee. Take the right hand to the inside of the left leg. Tippy toes of the right foot come down, and you reach the left fingertips up to the sky for this reverse twist. Hold it here, just a breath. And then plant the hand to frame that left foot. Step back to your high plank, hold it for a breath, and then lift up, downward facing dog. Beautiful. From your downward facing dog, let's go ahead and meet in a seat. We're going to meet in a wide-legged seat. And from this wide-legged seat, we're going to find a little saw stretch. So if you've done this before, we're going to do a variation of it. So your arms are going to come out to a T. What we'll do is we'll twist over to the right. The left hand comes to the outside of the right foot. The back arm comes behind you, and you're pulsing 3 times. And then you come over to the other side. Right hand comes to the outside of the left foot, and you pulse 3 times. Now, I don't have much space behind me to bring that left hand back, but do your best with what you have. Not just working spinal mobility here, but also getting into those obliques, finding that little twisting sensation. Let's go one more time each side. And then slowly come up through center, walk your hands in between your legs, and find a forward fold. Breathe into the hamstrings and the inner thighs. And then slowly walk your hands over towards your right leg. Fold over your right leg. And we'll take it to the other side. Slowly walk your hands over to the left leg. Fold over the left leg. Beautiful. And then make your way up through center, slow and controlled. Take the legs out long in front of you if you're not already there. Bring your hands behind your thighs and slowly roll onto your back using your core engagement to get there. And from here, we're going to come right into a single leg stretch. So take a moment to just rest your head, neck, and shoulders down on the ground. Your single leg stretch, you'll bring your right knee in. Your left leg will come out, it will hover. You'll kind of give it a tug and then switch out the legs. Bring the left knee in, right leg hovers. So we switch, switch, switch. Option to bring the head, neck, and shoulders up for a little bit more core engagement. Moving at this slow pace to start. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We double time here, moving a little bit faster. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. We'll set up here for our double leg stretch. We got just a couple more things to do to build some heat, and then we're going to cool it down, so don't worry, it's coming. For your double leg stretch, you're going to start with your legs in a tabletop position. You'll bring your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Your hands come towards your shins. So this will be in, and then on the out, legs go in front of you, arms go behind you. So it's in and out, in and out, in and out. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Take a nice long full body stretch. Point the toes, arms go long behind you. We'll set up for a little round of bridge. I don't know, I just said little. A little round of bridge. Bringing your ankles underneath your knees. Hands go long at your sides. Tuck the tailbone as you lift the hips and slowly lower. Just a lift and a lower, feeling your glutes and your hamstrings start to fire up, but your core is still engaged. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg lifts. Stay at this max point of tension and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Stay at max tension. Lift the right leg up and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Stay at max tension one more time. We're pulsing for 10, 9. This is it. 8, 7. Keep those hips lifted. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Beautiful. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then from here, keep that right knee in a tabletop position and gently take the left knee out to the left side. So it doesn't have to touch, but you might bring your left hand down towards that left knee so that it does kind of touch the ground or at least get close. Your right knee is just still in towards center. You'll feel this stretch mainly in your inner thigh and your outer glute, kind of like groin area as well. And then slowly stack your right knee on top of your left. Turn this into a supine twist, gazing over your right shoulder, taking your left hand on top of your top knee. Feeling this nice spinal twist through the torso, wringing out all of that juicy work that you did in the core. And then slowly come back to center. Both knees come in. I'm going to scooch it on over here so I've got some space. But your left knee will stay at center this time. And your right knee will come down towards the ground. So you're kind of opening up, creating this like weird 90-degree angle with your two legs. And keep holding here. Feel this stretch in your right inner thigh, groin area, outer glute, all the good stuff. And then when you're ready, that left knee comes on top of the right. Your right hand comes on top of the left knee. Your gaze goes over your left shoulder. And you're wringing it out here. Beautiful. Slowly come back through center. And we'll find a happy baby to finish us off here. Hug the knees in towards the armpits. Grab onto the inside or outside edges of the feet. Feel the hips stretch as you pull those knees in. No worries if you can't quite catch the feet here. You can always hold on to the ankles or the shins instead. It's just as effective. And then start to straighten through that right leg if it's accessible. Feel the hamstring here. And rebend the right leg as you straighten through the left leg. Hello, left hamstring. And just alternate between the two, slow and controlled. And then when you're ready, slowly come back. We're going to begin exactly as we started, in that collapsed bridge position, bringing the feet out wide, knees come to touch. Feel the low back start to relax. And then bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly, or vice versa. And we'll take 3 deep breaths together to close. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. Let go. One more time, breath in. Exhale, breath out. And then slowly bring your knees into your chest. Rock and roll onto your seat. And we'll find a seated position to close out here. I hope you enjoyed that yoga Pilates infusion, a little bit of core work. Let me know if that's something that you'd like to see more of on my channel. Before you close your computer, your phone, your tablet, whatever you're on right now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're already subscribed, tell a friend to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.